Leftovers are great, but what do you do with them besides just reheating? Well, my go-to is my something old and something new quesadillas. I love quesadillas, and for years I have made them for leftovers. As a matter of fact, when I had a food truck, my most popular item on the menu was my jambalaya quesadilla, which I used to make as a leftover quesadilla at home for my family. There is no right or wrong leftovers, but technique is key. When I made the jambalaya quesadilla, I would run the jambalaya through the food processor first to make it easy to keep in the tortilla. I make my own tortillas from chickpea and almond flour. They are closer to a flatbread than a tortilla, but they are wonderful for quesadillas. You will find this recipe and many others in my recipe bank at fortheloveofgut.com. So for my first ingredient, I sliced up some fresh Brussels sprouts, put a little avocado oil in my iron skillet, seasoned them, and cooked them until they were tender. I love Brussels sprouts any way they're cooked. These were a perfect addition. Next, I added some fresh baby spinach right out of my garden. Not only is it a great filler, but so nutritious. And with the cheese and tortilla, it is a great way to sneak in some veggies for the kiddos. It takes a lot of spinach, because when you cook it down, it gets very small. So I heaped a couple big handfuls in. I love Kinder's organic salt, pepper, and garlic blend for almost anything. It is especially good for these types of vegetables. I like to use a couple of teaspoons in a dish this size. Sauté the veggies until nice and soft. I added this in with the partially cooked Brussels sprouts because spinach cooks much faster. Make way for leftovers. I used broccoli, but you can throw in any leftover veggie or protein. Get creative. Dig deep in the refrigerator, that is. Find all the not spoiled food in there and pick your faves. Now I like flavor, so I threw in some onions and mushrooms. Clearly the frozen ones work fine too. If you don't like mushrooms, then use something else, maybe sweet bell peppers. All my veggies are ready, and I grated about 1/4 cup of grass-fed cheddar. My homemade tortilla is ready for action. Pro tip, typically, I would make all this on the Blackstone, but we've had some weather, so I'm cooking inside. A good substitution for the Blackstone is a well-seasoned black iron skillet. I like to use avocado oil to cook on both the Blackstone and the iron skillet. It has a high smoke point and makes the tortillas super crispy. First, I sprinkle about half the cheese on the first tortilla. Oh wait, here's Ivar. He loves cheese. I can never grate cheese without him catching a whiff. Now layer the veggies, or whatever combo you're using, on top of the cheese. Add another layer of cheese, and top it with the other tortilla. Let it cook until the cheese melts on the bottom, and then carefully flip it. This takes some skill, but if the cheese is melted, it should stay together pretty well. And voila! Something old and something new. Quesadilla is complete and ready to chow down. Yum! So next time you're trying to figure out what to do with leftovers, consider this recipe. Fun tip, set out all your leftovers on the counter. Let your family choose what leftovers they want on their dilla and make custom leftover quesadillas. Fun! Thanks for watching, and for more fun, gut-loving recipes, subscribe to the channel today.